You ever wonder what it feels like to watch the sun crawl up a prison wall knowing this might be your last morning on Earth? Gray lights slipping through those skinny windows at Seacliff Correctional, honestly. Even the sun seemed afraid to bear witness to what they were about to do to me. That's the thing about death. Row every second drips like honey and poison mixed together. My name's Mason Reed, and for 5 years I lay on that steel cot listening to nothing but the hum of the clock counting down to 9 a.m. when they'd end my life for a murder I swore I didn't commit. 5 years begging the world to listen. Nobody did, except maybe the prison chaplain and a battered old German shepherd named Ranger who probably understood me better than most people ever tried to. I wasn't always an inmate. There was a time, feels like another life, when I was Navy SEAL. A guy folks look to for strength, not sorrow. But PTSD has a way of haunting your nights and some ghost you just can't shake. You know what I mean? Ranger, with his amber eyes and scarred muzzle, came into my world like a broken angel. He'd saved a kid from a burning beach house and got tossed aside for his trouble. Shelter folks said nobody wants a dog that looks like that. Guess they hadn't looked in a mirror lately. Me and Ranger, we both carried our wounds on the outside and the inside. Abby Porter, me rock my would-have-been wife, was the kind of woman who could stare down a hurricane and make it blink first. She fell in love with me and the dog in a single afternoon, right there in that shelter, and it felt like we'd finally found a patch of solid ground in a world built on quicksand. For a while, we had a good thing before the nightmare set in. That nightmare, it was Victor Montgomery's murder. Richest real estate developer in Oceanside, dead in his. Loyalty never faded. That's when the whole house of cards started to tumble. Harlow tied together financial records, shady transfers, evidence tampering by the DEA, and threats made to Montgomery's assistant folks willing to kill, bribe, or silence anyone to protect their secrets about a corrupt condo project called Coastal Haven. Even Judge Pierce, the one who'd sentenced me, was kneed in the muck. In the courtroom, the new judge, Winters, wasn't about to let anything slide. Witnesses testified. Rangers sat by my side as living, breathing proof. And when they brought in Wilson Grant, he spilled the truth. He'd framed me on orders from Montgomery's crooked business partners and Judge Pierce, planting evidence on my jacket, using my dog's own nose against me. You ever hear a courtroom go silent? I mean, so quiet you can hear hearts breaking and lies crumbling at the same time. Judge Winters vacated my conviction, offered an apology, and I walked out of that place a free man with Abby and Ranger in my side-of-me hand on that dog's collar, like I might never let go. Reporters swarmed, people cheered and cried. But all I wanted was to take my family home. Life on the outside felt almost like a dream. Sunlight through the windows, ocean air, the sound of Abby's laughter, the weight of Reiners's head in my lap. But fate, as always, is a complicated dance partner. Abby told me Ranger was dying. Cancer, maybe months to live. That dog who'd waited 5 years for me was running out of time just as I was learning to breathe again. I couldn't lose him, not after everything. We flew to Cornell, chasing a last-ditch treatment that might buy him a little more time. Even then, Ranger surprised everyone turn out. He'd swallowed the actual watch stem that tied everything together, keeping the last piece of evidence inside him all those years. Surgery went well.